Hi friends, it's Miss Stephanie. It's Friday Family Storytime again, and I have some more fun books to share with you. I hope you enjoyed our books from last week, and I hope you enjoy the books we read together today too. Should we get started by singing our hello song? You'll need your hands because we're gonna clap. Story time is starting, clap your hands. Story time is starting, clap your hands. Story time's begun, I hope that you have fun. Story time is starting, clap your hands. Well, should we stomp our feet now? Story time is starting, stomp your feet. Story time is starting, stomp your feet. Story time's begun, I hope that you have fun. Story time is starting, stomp your feet. We could get really wild and do some jumping. Should we add jumping? Story time is starting, jump up high. Woo! Story time is starting, jump up high. Jump! Story time's begun, I hope that you have fun. Story time is starting, jump up high. One more time! Very good, friends. Are you ready to read? I'm ready. And I have some fun books here. The first book I have is called Tiny Barbarian. Can you see him there? And it's written by Amy Dykman and illustrated by Ashley Spires. Tiny Barbarian. Meet Tiny Barbarian. Tiny may be tiny, but he's mighty. Tiny has already conquered many things. I wonder what he's conquered so far. Tiny conquered his first word, eat. He conquered his first steps. Get him! He's after the cat. He even conquered the potty. Take that, potty! Tiny has always been a conqueror, but Tiny wasn't always Tiny Barbarian. He's only been a barbarian since earlier today. It all started during a family walk and a chat about the future. Tiny's mommy and daddy said Tiny could be anything he wanted. But Tiny didn't want to wait for the future. That! I want to be that! I wonder what he's pointing at. A barbarian? And there's a poster of Bob the Barbarian from a movie. It says, now playing. Tiny saw himself defending his realm. He saw himself protecting his family. He saw himself with all that stuff. The shining helmet, the sturdy club, the flaming torch, the fuzzy cape, in case it got chilly. Even mighty barbarians get chilly. Yeah, a barbarian! He just needed a few things. The shining helmet, the sturdy club, the fuzzy cape in case it got chilly. Tiny put them all together. Here we are, a mighty barbarian has emerged, ready to defend his realm, ready to protect his family, ready to conquer everything. When his shining helmet and sturdy club and fuzzy cape, with his shining helmet, sturdy club, and fuzzy cape in case it got chilly, Tiny Barbarian embarked on his quest to conquer everything. Well, everything in his backyard. Within moments, Tiny Barbarian faced, can you see what's out there? A dragon, a troll, and giant broccoli. But these fearsome foes were no match for Tiny Barbarian. Tiny Barbarian rose to the challenge and issued his battle cry, prepare to be conquered! Then Tiny Barbarian defeated them all. Bop the dragon, bop the troll, bop even the giant broccoli. And you can see that the dragon's a hose, the troll's the garbage can, and the giant broccoli is a big bush. His quest complete, our triumphant hero returned home, his realm defended, his family protected, and he was hungry. Even mighty barbarians need to eat dinner. growl. This time he was growling. There was a victory feast. Take that, broccoli. There was a victory parade. Woohoo! Again! And then it was time for bed. Not sleepy. Now, Tiny, even mighty barbarians need their rest. Click. Suddenly, Tiny found himself facing his most challenging foe of all, the dark. And Tiny didn't know how to conquer this. How do I bop the dark? He wondered. But Tiny could be brave and try. Then the dark made a noise. Tiny had no time to grab his shining helmet, no time to grab his sturdy club. Instead, he grabbed his flaming torch, and Tiny Barbarian came face to face with... Click! Can you see what his flaming torch is? It's a flashlight. I wonder what he's going to see. Kitty! It's you! Meow, says the cat. There was nothing for Tiny Barbarian to fear. His realm was defended. His family protected. And he had his kitty in case he got chilly. The Tiny Barbarian could just be tiny again. He could conquer more tomorrow. Sweet dreams, Tiny. He's dreaming about trolls and dragons. Very cool. Maybe he'll play Barbarian again tomorrow. Did you like that one? I thought it was pretty cute. Well, here's a book called The Smart Cookie. And it's written by Jory John and illustrated by Pete Oswald. And it's part of a whole series of books about food, like The Bad Seed and The Cool Bean. And if you like this book, I think you'll like those ones too. Greetings. I'm a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. Come on in. Should we go into the bakery? Welcome to our little community. Can you see everybody in there? It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, eh? These days, life is sweet. But my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers, a cookie who felt confident in a group of cookies, a cookie who said, aha, when solving a puzzle like this, aha! Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Can you see his school? Our teacher, Miss Biscotti, was kind and patient. When I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. Oh, that's nice. But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as the others. And I was the last to finish my treats. That is not what it says. I have treats on my mind. And I was the last to finish most tests, which makes a lot more sense at school. It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up. Even though I knew the material, those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time I added when I meant to subtract. Occasionally we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea because that's what it felt like. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Oh, that's a lot. Move, you move, no you move, no you move, no you move. I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry, sigh. And it went this way day after day after day. But then something happened that changed everything. It all started with a homework assignment. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. That was it. There were no further instructions. Miss Biscotti winked at me, and I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original? Due tomorrow? Gulp. When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original. A poem. I came up with a title based on how I'd been feeling, my crummy days. And after that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha! I said when it was finished. I couldn't sleep that night, but it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt smart. The following day, Ms. Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we'd created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such different things. Finally, Ms. Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything, she asked. Gulp, I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure, but I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking. My mouth went dry. He said, my poem is called My Crummy Days, I said, my voice cracking, and then I read it out loud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I'll never, ever forget it. Ms. Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I had done it! I created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world, at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha! I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. School was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand to ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come as easily for me as they do for others, but now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things to find out who you are and what you like to do. As for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas, and I found plenty of other things I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is there's always more to learn. Because we're all smart cookies. And that's the end. I hope you like that one. And it makes me want to sing a song that's fun and silly and hard to do by myself, but let's try. I'll teach it to you and then you can try it at home with your friends and family. It goes like this. Who stole the cookies from the cookie jar? Miss Stephanie stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? And if my friend Claire was here, we would all sing, Claire stole the cookies from the cookie jar. And Claire would say, who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? And we would go all the way around all the people that were together until we got to, let's say, my other friend David. David stole the cookies from the cookie jar. And they would say, who, me? And we would say, yes, you. And they would say, possibly. And that's how it ends. You go all the way around, everyone says, who, me? Couldn't be. And until you get to someone who finally says, possibly. Anyway, it's a fun, silly song. Who stole the cookies from the cookie jar? That's the part you have to remember. Will you try it at home with your friends? Okay, let me know if you try it. Here's our next book. It's about baked goods too. It's called Dad Bakes. And this book is written and illustrated by Katie Yamasaki. And there's a cute bear or something on the back. I wonder if that's a baked good, if it's delicious. Let's see. Dad bakes. Dad wakes. Yeah, he's taking a big yawn. The moon shines. Dad walks. The sun hides. Dad arrives. Can you see where he's going? It looks like he's going into this building, and on the door it says, Rise Up Bakery. Working side by side, Dad bakes. Looks like Dad works at a bakery. He scoops, he kneads, he rolls, dough rises, Dad makes small rolls, Dad makes large loaves. The sun rises, Dad walks. Looks like they live in a city somewhere. He smells like warm bread. Dad rests. He gets up so early in the morning that he has to rest in the middle of the day when everyone's awake. I wait. I wake Dad. Should get some orange juice. We go to the kitchen, we mix, we knead, we roll. Oh, I wonder what they're making together. We wait and we wait. I peek. Shh, says Dad. The bread needs peace. While it's rising. I wonder what they're making. We wait and we wait and we wait. All the things that they do while they're waiting. Dad rolls the dough. He tells me to go. Oh, I think I know what they're making. Home smells like warm bread. Surprise, Dad says. Well, they made a bread bear. I've done it once. They're so cute. The sun sets. Dad tucks. Dad kisses. Dad rests. It says, big yawn. And then there's an author's note at the end. It's really cool. You can always read the author's note to learn more about whatever the story is about. I like it. And there's a picture of the author and illustrator at the back. Dad bakes. Very, very cool. All right. Okay. Should we have another story? We'll read A Home Under the Stars. This one's by Andy Shue Musser. He's written and illustrated this book. It's really pretty. Toby did not want to move to the city. He missed his old home. He missed climbing trees, taking quiet walks, and playing hide and seek in the garden. Most of all, Toby missed seeing the stars before bedtime. He searched the night sky for the North Star, but he couldn't see any stars in the city. His parents tried to help. Let's make our own stars. No, shouted Toby. It's not the same. Without the stars, Toby couldn't sleep. From inside his closet, a voice growled, I can't sleep either. Oh, Toby exclaimed, a lion. I need to find the North Star, the lion said. I'm lost without it to guide me home. Don't be sad, said Toby. I'll help you. The stars must be here somewhere, Toby said. Together they searched for the North Star. Do you hear that noise? Asked the lion. Someone was crying. What's wrong? Asked Toby. Who's crying? The unicorn is crying. Wonder what the unicorn's gonna say. I'm lost, said the unicorn, and the city makes me feel small. Come with us, Toby said. We're looking for the North Star, the lion added. It can show you the way home. As they searched the city, they found more lost animals. I can't remember what home looks like anymore, said the hare. I miss my friends, said the ram. Oh. The city is so noisy, said the eagle, it scares me. Everything is different here, said the giraffe. Nothing feels right. Let's look for the North Star together, said Toby. It will guide you home. All of you. But after searching all night, the lion became tired. We've looked everywhere, the lion said. What if we never find the North Star? What do you think? Will they find it? Please don't give up, said Toby. I can't do this alone. Suddenly, all the sounds of the city stopped. A deep rumble echoed down the streets. Hello, Toby called. Is someone there? A dragon lurched out of the shadows and roared. The city shook. Toby froze, and then he saw something shimmer. Wait, he shouted. A broken star was blocking the dragon's throat. Let me help you, Toby said. Thank you, the dragon bellowed. As stars shot into the sky, everyone cheered. You found the North Star! Toby joined them as they followed the star all the way home. That's really cool. It's all the astrological signs. Actually, I'm not sure. I wonder if there's a note at the back of this book. I saw Aries and Leo and I thought it was, but I don't know. Toby looked out at the stars and his eyes grew heavy. If I go home, will I still be able to see you? He asked. You may not be able to see us, said the lion, but we'll always be here for you. That night, under the light of Toby's stars, the city changed. And that's the end. No note, it goes for my mom and dad, but this is cool. On the end papers, you can see from outside that they're decorating the inside of their apartment. I liked that book, and I wanted to read it because then I knew we could sing our Special Star song. Are you ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Very good, and such a nice way to end story time. We'll sing our goodbye song still, and we'll wake ourselves back up again, and then we'll go on with our day. But it was fun reading stories with you. Ready? Story time is ending, clap your hands. Story time is ending, clap your hands. Story time is done, I hope that you had fun. Story time is ending, clap your hands. Thanks for reading with me, friends. I'll see you next week.